Hello my dear friends, this is Paul Oscar Mike 0 Echo Tango, and I'm very happy to announce you that I have a new antenna for my tower. Currently I'm using the hex beam antenna on top, and the hex beam is for 20 meters up to 6 meters, and I do not have any proper antenna for 40 and 80 meters. Currently you can see my new 49-to-1 base Unun I just made, and here on the bottom you can see the SO239 connector, and also you can see 4 holes on the sides which are for passing through humidity which will getting out from the box. So here you can see a small capacitor which is 100 picofarads and for 20 kilovolts, which is connected between a center pole and the ground terminal. And also you can see here that's the grounding of the whole antenna system, and the grounding is connected with the base plate which is located on the bottom of this Unun, as you can see how it looks like. And this middle part is for a good connection with my aluminium tower pipes. So the grounding will be through this little screw to the plate and then to the tower body. So inside you can see the FT14043 ferrite core, and you can see also the coil here, and the coil is made of 1 millimeter in diameter wire, or 1 millimeter thick copper wire, which has a double enameled or 2 enameled layers. So you can see that we have two primary windings now made of the twisted wire, and then we have 14 windings. 8 is going through the core, and the 14 turn is connected to the antenna terminal, which is made of M5 screws, and also with the wing nut for easier connection to my antenna wire. So this is how it looks like. I presume that I will use this antenna for maximum 100 watts. I do not have any amplifier, so I think 20 kilovolts will be quite enough, and one core will be quite enough for 100 watts. The enclosure is IP55 isolation, so it should be fine into the outdoor environment against the rain, the dust, and the others. So the hex beam antenna, which I have currently on my tower, is for 20 meters up to 6 meters. So I currently do not have any proper antenna for 40 meters, and that's the reason why I made this 49 Unun, because this antenna will be half-wave end-fed antenna. For this project I used this military wire. It's a green colored wire, and this wire is special because it's very strong and very lightweight, and the reason why I use this wire is that it is not only copper wire. It includes 4 wires made of the steel, 1 nylon rope in the middle, and 3 copper wires inside as well. So actually this wire is still very strong, still very lightweight, and easily withstands very high load or very high pressure during the winter when the snow and ice crust is on the surface. The cable is still very lightweight, even if it includes these steel wires. It is not a problem. It's very lightweight and very strong.
This is going to be connected between the tower, the eye on the tower, and here will be connected the wire itself, the antenna wire, and the wire from here will going to the box 4921 Unun. So this is actually a replacement for ceramic isolator. Actually, this is a very heavy duty mast-run rope, and it's UV resistant and waterproof and moisture freezing and all those things. So it's a really good rope from Mastrand. So you can see here the box, actually 4921 Unun, is connected to the coaxial cable. You can see the isolator and made of the rope, and here's the antenna wire hanged to the small rod which is on the fence. And now I'm going to show you the SWR on first shot. So that's the SWR across the shortwave bands, and that's the 7 megahertz band here, and that's 14 megahertz band, and that's 21 megahertz band, and 28. So you can see those peaks, they are shifted lower than should be. And now I'm going to cut the wire, and I'm going to measure and set the antenna exactly to the 7 megahertz band. This is my favorite band for this antenna, so I will focus on 7 megahertz band to SWR, get much better than now. So you can see here how many cuts I had to do to get these SWR on 7 megahertz. I'm actually on the center. I'm in the center on the frequency, on the 40 meter band. You can see here 7.1, SWR 1.1, but I will cut even more because I want to go a little bit higher. I'm mostly a phone operator, SSB mode, and I'm mostly working from 700 to 700 or 200. So I would like to go somewhere here, so I have to cut maybe one more short piece of the wire to get there. So a few more cuts of the wire, and as you can see I am in the phone section of the 40 meter band. You see that 7.150 European phone section, the center, almost the center, but my interest is between 7100 and 7200, and that's the point. And here you can still see that 1.5 on 7 megahertz. So FT8 frequency 1.4, which is here. It's still very good. It's still very good. So I have to say that this 40 meter band is fully useful now, usable. And let me look at the other bands across the short waves. I will set the 30 megahertz, and you can see how it looks like across the bands. This is 40 meters, this is 80 meters, this is very high. 40 meters is very good, almost 20 meters, almost 21 megahertz. And you can see that almost 10 meters is fine, so it's not bad at all. I just wanted to have a monoband antenna, but I still have some additional bands here, maybe with a tuner or something, but we'll see. But main goal is to have a 40 meter band antenna, dipole and fed, so that's great. That's really great. Okay, so I'm on the tower. I'm very close to my 49 to 1 Unun. As you can see, connector, and that antenna terminal is sealed by a self-adhesive rubber sealant, and here you can see a system of guying the antenna wire, and here you can see that isolator actually made of the mastrand rope. So here is a couple of turns of the coaxial cable, which is the choke actually. This is the final view on the antenna. And I'm going to check to my ham shack to test. I am back in my ham shack, and I connected my new antenna to the ICOM 7610. You can see the overloading icon, by the way. That means that the antenna receives many signals in front of the receiver. So that's actually a good sign, because the antenna receiving fine. So let me start on 7 megahertz 0.00, which is the lower edge of 40 meter band, and here you can watch the SWR pattern in this lower graph. So I will push the PTT button and look at the SWR. So on the beginning is 1.4, and I'm going up to the phone section. I'm still in the digital mode section, and here we are in the phone section. You can see the SWR is going down, and yeah, currently it is my main interest. I'm in the phone section in Europe, and the upper edge is 200. You can see the SWR is 1.1, which is great. So I'm going up to 200. Okay, I'm here on 200, and you can see the SWR is 1.1. That's great. That really sounds great. So the antenna is definitely tuned to the band. Okay, and this is a second test, and I'm going to test 20 meter band. I'm here on the lower
edge of 20 meter, 14.00, and I'm also in RTTY, which means that the full power is 100 watts transmitted. So let's look here on the SWR. It's 1.1 and something, and that's the digital. That's a phone section here. It's 1.5, and we are somewhere in the middle of the band. SWR is 1.7 maybe, and going up to 350, which is an upper band of 20 meters. We are still under 2.5, which is also usable because we can use internal automatic tuner on 20 meters. But it is no need in my case because I have a 6-band hex beam antenna on antenna 1, and you can see the SWR here is much better. It may be 1.3 or 1.4. So it's not my goal to be with the wire antenna on 20 meters, but sometimes happens that some signals coming in stronger to the wire than to the hex beam, and sometimes the hex beam is beaming to the different direction, and the wire could receive a signal better than the hex beam. So sometimes it's very good to have two antennas for the same bands, for the same band. And also very interesting is 10 meter band. I am on the lower edge of 10 meter band, and let's see, on the beginning is 2.7, and it's going down. That's a very popular portion of 10 meter band. It's 2.3, and I'm going up. We are still in the phone section of 10 meter band and still decreasing and falling the SWR. I'm on 29 megahertz, and here we can see a peak. So the peak is around 29.1. So I think that's the portion for downlinks of the satellite or something. I'm not sure. I'm not using it much. But the upper portion of 10 meter band is the best SWR in this antenna configuration. So we can use, let's say, two full bands, maybe 40 and 20 meters. But on some portion of 20 and 10 meters we have to use a tuner. The other bands are not good and the SWR is too high. We can check 24 megahertz antenna 2. It's very high. We can check 21 megahertz. 21 could work, or should work. Antenna 2. Yeah, 21 is also fine. Let's check 21 megahertz. Okay, now it's the phone section. Okay, so seems that 21 megahertz is also useful with an internal tuner. 17 shouldn't work. Yeah, it's very high, so 10 meters, 10 megahertz. Oh, sorry. Yeah, very, very high, not useful. And yeah, back on 7 megahertz, it's perfect. an 80 meter or 3.5 megahertz also shouldn't work. Yep, you can see SWR is pretty high. So 1.8, let's say, for the final. Also very, very high. So this dipole antenna configuration for 40 meters work on 20, on 40, 20, 10 meters, and maybe at 21, but with internal tuner. So, but my interest and my goal was 40 meters, and 40 meters works pretty well. So antenna is ready for work, and I could make some contacts here on 40 meters. Here is Oscar November.
Also, good evening, Sunderland 6 Italy Delta.
Yes, Oscar November 6 India Delta Hugo from Belgium. I think he's on the only one station from Europe I can hear on 40 meters. And here should be Japanese station, not now.
According to use this call sign, we are for operator to use this call sign. Is not radio crop, just allowed to use the call sign, but today is the last time. Thank you, Milan. The name is of...
No.
West Europe. Only West Europe. West Europe, only go ahead.
Here we can see the Japanese station, Aki, but I don't remember call sign.
Something alpha. CQ a la banda, CQ a la banda. Esta es Eco Bravo 3 Delta India Papa en Besalú, Girona. Llama y queda a la escucha.
Oscar Mike Zero, Echo Tango.
Sí, la estación Oscar, buenas noches.
Oscar Mike Zero, Echo Tango.
Ok, Oscar Mike Zero, Eco Tango, your signal is 58 from Girona, Spain. This is Eco Bravo 3 Delta India Papa, QSL.
Echo Bravo 3 India Delta Papa, Oscar Mike Zero, Echo Tango, you are a 59 plus 5, 59 plus 5, over.
Okay, your signal in this moment is 59 plus, 9 plus. My call is Echo Bravo 3 Delta India Papa, Echo Bravo 3 Delta India Papa. My operator name is Xavi, Xilófono Alpha Victor India from Girona, Spain. Am I to you?
Okay, Javi, thank you very much for the 59 plus. Thank you very much also for the short contact, and I wish you 73 and good evening, over.
Okay, thank you very much for contact. Very, very good weekend. 73. Bye-bye. Hasta la vista.
Thank you very much, 73, hasta la vista. Okay, so I had similar signal as he has. It is also a good sign that antenna works.
Audio 5 and 7, 57 Marian at Aki Alpha Kira Italy.
And he had seen the SWR, it is 1.1 without tuner.
This is my name, Roger. You did it, Echo Foxtrot, KSL. November Hotel. Hello, calling DX. Secure DX, secure. Follow DX.
Japan, America 5, Whiskey, November Hotel. Japan, America 5, Whiskey, November Hotel, calling DX.
Oscar Mike Zero, Echo Tango. Oscar Mike Zero, Echo Tango.
Again, please.
Oscar Mike Zero, Echo Tango. Oscar Mike Zero, Echo Tango.
Italy Kilo 2, go.
1 Japan, Dimasiana. From J5 Charlie, Japan, Dolo. Yeah, thank you very much and information about you are good setup, good setup. Yeah, congratulations. Now,
Akashi Company, Kawasaki Motors. Yes, thank you. Good evening. 73, 9 Kilo 2 Bravo Sugar, 59 plus.
Bonsoir, Sangunouf, je m'appelle Saoud, Sugar Alpha, United Delta, Roger.
Roger, Roger, Saud, you're 20 dB over 9. Very,
He's
very strong.
almost
Thanks a lot,
20
Saud.
dB,
Masalam.
Thank you, Santé, à bientôt.
Merci beaucoup. QRZ, Tango, Mike 100, Charlie, Alpha, Radio Delta.
Oscar Mike Zero, Echo Tango.
Oscar, Mike 0, Echo Tango, 5 and 9.
Thank you. You're 5 and 9 plus 30 dB here. Over.
Yeah, Roger, thanks very much for the big signal. You're 20 over 9. You're very, very good too. 73.
Many thanks. 73. Bye bye.
Thank you. QRZ from Tango, Mike 100, Charlie, Alpha, Romeo Delta for the last day.
Okay, so it was pretty strong actually from Europe. So you can see that propagation are also open to Europe.
Yeah, Mr. 3 Delta Fox. Hello, Alex. Good.
Whiskey, are you around Elvin? Over.
Hello, John. Well, good morning. Good afternoon. 5 and 7. 5 and 7. Very nice, John. Over.
Yeah, you're 5'8" to 5'9" here, Elvin. I saw your post. 5'8" to 5'9", but it wasn't me. That was my first transmission just now on this fan. Nice to hear you. 5'8" to 5'9" already, Elvin. VY2WW.
You're also 5 and 9 now.
All right. So antenna works pretty well. I have to test this antenna more for DX. For European, it works pretty well, but DX is also my very big interest. So as I said before, I will test the antenna for transmitting more in my next live stream. So if you like this video and if you would like to see my next live streams to be informed, please click on the bell button and subscribe to my channel. You will be updated all the time when I'm online and I'm live on my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for watching, guys. 73, and Happy Christmas. This is the second day. Very strong wind, and the snow is falling.